Also ahead, an update on an outrage story that we brought you on this show.
Ma'am, my kid's not here. He's dead because of him. He ruined my life. I'd like him to go to hell.
That is Sandy Fonzo confronting the judge she says caused her son to commit suicide in a Kids for Cash scandal. She's back and will get her reaction to the judge's recent conviction.
Ma'am, my kid's not here. He's dead because of him. He ruined my life. I'd like him to go to hell.
That was Sandy Fonzo last February when Judge Mark Ciavarella was found guilty of accepting nearly $1 million in exchange for sending kids away for minor offenses. One of them was her teenage son, who ended up taking his own life. Now the former judge has been sentenced to 28 years in prison for his role in what's being called the Cash for Kids scheme. Sandy Fonzo joins us now live. Sandy, welcome back to the program, and thank you again for joining us. What's your reaction to the 28-year sentence?
Well, now that it's sunk in, I'm very happy with it. It's, justice in the sense that he is going to pay for, what we've been dealing with for the last 8 years. So there is, we did get justice. I feel like I got some justice for my son. True justice, I don't think there could ever be. I mean, he'll never live the sentence that I live, that I'll live with for the rest of my life. Can't bring my son back.
Yeah. Have you spoken to any of the other families who were involved in this, any of the other parents? What's their reactions if you have spoken to them?
Well, I started a support group for a lot of us, and so we've been getting together a lot and talking. Just the Monday before the sentencing, we were all together. They all wore, I had 100 of these T-shirts made with my son's picture on the front, and then all kinds of different, how much was your kid worth, different sayings on the back that they all wore together there with me on that day. So everybody was very, very pleased. We went in there, of course, with not a lot of hope. And expecting the worst, and so we were all very relieved, and I think we all slept pretty good that night.
Sandy, tell us about your son Ed. Explain how he came into contact with Judge Ciavarella, his courtroom.
It was the summer right before his senior year, and he started hanging around with a different crowd of kids, and normal teenage experimenting, and just it was escalating. And my son had, it was his senior year. He wrestled since he was 4. He was expected to take the state title that year. It would have been the only one in the history of his school. So he had a lot he just had a lot going on, and I didn't know, to the extent of what was going on. I just felt like, I didn't want him taking any chances. So it just turned into, he was at an underage drinking party, and the cops went in, and he was charged with drug paraphernalia. A marijuana pipe was in his truck. And so his charge for Judge Ciavarella, he went in front of Judge Ciavarella, was for a drug paraphernalia charge. He sent him for a month to this PA childcare, and I, right at that minute thought, well, this is a little excessive. I thought, more of an educational or motivational, a community service or program to see what could happen if, you go down this path. But my son sat there for 30 days, and, in that time he did, realize, Mom, I know I was stupid. I made silly mistakes. He wanted nothing more just to get back to his life, to get back. He already missed, a month's worth of practice in his senior year, everything he had. He had a nice little girlfriend, and he just wanted to come home and get back to his life. So we went back in front of Judge Ciavarella. And at this time, teachers, coaches, myself, were all pleading and sending letters, to his chamber, asking for my son to come home, that he has learned his lesson, and, that's what we expected. And he ended up sending him to a boot camp Northwestern Boot Academy, over an hour away from our home, for another 4 months, where he was mixed in with inner city kids with violent offenses. There was, you know, from armed robbery. It was just horrible.
It was just something that he could not get over, and you feel that's how he took his life. Hey, Sandy,
yeah,
thank you.
He never could get it.
Go ahead, finish your thought.
He just never, Chiavarella just never left, you know, the strings off of him. He could never come out from under it. He was never the same. He came out of there, you know, he went in a young boy, as a young, you know, spirited boy, and came out a pent-up, angry man, and it just escalated.
From there.
Why I'm doing this is because the message I want to get out is Judge Chiavarella is proof that for-profit incarceration cannot happen, and that was the bottom line to this whole thing. If he was not able to make money off of this, and it was not legal to do so, this never could have happened, and that's the true bottom line here. This was just the tip of the iceberg, and you know, I'm reaching out for anybody that could help me to you know, just to start with this. You know, this is nationwide. It's in every state.
Sandy, do you have a website or something? How would the viewers get in touch with you? Is there a website? I'm
on Facebook, and I talk to people all over the country through Facebook. So
and your Facebook is Sandy Fonzo?
You know, they could Facebook me. Sandy Fonzo, yeah.
Okay, Sandy. Go on Facebook and look for Sandy Fonzo. Sandy, thank you so much. Listen, I know you don't have your son back, but we're glad that you feel some degree of justice here. And I think about you all the time, and viewers ask me about you. So be well, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.